So I want to provide a summary of and a review of how our stay here in the Virgin Hotel has gone. We've just got back to the rooms. It's been a really great stay. It's only been a 2-day stay. It could have been, I could have quite easily stayed here for the whole 6 days, other than the location. And I just want to take you guys through some sort of critical notes that I've made over the course of the stay. Checking and booking this was really easy. I booked it through my Hilton points, and there was a small resort fee to pay. I think it was $35 per night per room, so that was about standard for what you'd pay on the Las Vegas Strip. Check-in itself was not particularly easy. The girl wasn't really au fait with the Hilton loyalty scheme. This is a co-branded hotel, and it's a bit odd in that it's a Virgin hotel, but it's in conjunction with Hilton, and Hilton are acting as their kind of partners, particularly for sort of loyalty schemes. Now, what I don't understand is I think Virgin Hotels have their own loyalty scheme, so I don't understand if that is also honoured here. They certainly don't honour any of the loyalty schemes from Virgin Atlantic, which I know, I think other Virgin properties do. I'm almost certain they have benefits if you're Virgin Atlantic Gold status certainly in Chicago, and I'm not certain about the other ones. So there's a little bit of a disconnect and things there. The rooms themselves, so as a Hilton Diamond member, I booked 2 rooms. I booked a corner standard room and a standard room, and we got both rooms were upgraded to suites in the Ruby Tower. Now the Ruby Tower itself is the all suites part. There is a private check-in area just for the Ruby Tower. The rooms themselves are fantastic. The spec is really good. They have a lovely seating area. It's really comfy. It's really nice. It's more like a junior suite. There are some proper suites. Sadly, I couldn't quite convince the check-in agent to give me an upgrade to a proper suite. There's 2 TVs. The 2 TVs are absolutely huge. The bed is amazing. The bed is actually patented by Virgin. And it's a kind of little weird sort of corner chaise longue thing, and then you kind of get this really comfy sort of area to sort of lie in. It's a really comfy bed. It's a little bit low, so just bear that in mind, particularly kind of older readers, or if you're a little bit less kind of able-bodied. It is a little bit low. I prefer a higher bed personally, but that is preference. The bed is nice and firm. The beds in the area were really soft, and neither myself nor Lee liked that. But the beds here are firm. The bathroom is super equipped. It has a huge, an enormous bathtub. It also has a full walk-in shower, toilet that is very private, and then his and hers, or his and his, or hers and hers, or they and they, vanity unit to sort of sit at. There's a little private lobbyway that kind of comes in from the main entrance. You can shut both doors, so you can kind of you can be super private in the room from the main entrance, from the corridor, and there's a kind of vanity unit and things in there, and storage for luggage. The big bugbear with the room is if you have somebody next door and you have a connecting room, the amount of noise that comes through is appalling. So there was a family, if I'm honest, I don't think they were being particularly loud, but the family who were next door the noise coming through was awful last night. We had to turn the TV up really, really loud just to try and drown it out. And Lee, who is on the 4th floor, said he had the exact same problem in his room. So that is something to bear in mind. I don't know if that's just a problem in the Ruby Tower or if that exists elsewhere as well. Loyalty scheme, as I said, Hilton Diamond status was recognised. It was recognised on check-in. Thanks for being a Diamond member. You only get $12 for breakfast. Now, we went to the Juiced Bar this morning. I think it's called Juiced Bar. Before we went to the spa, $12 did not get me an item of food and a smoothie. I think in total it came to about $23. So there is a real disconnect in this market that the $12 is just not sufficient for any kind of breakfast item. I realise the US does this thing about food and beverage credit rather than actually providing breakfast. If you went to the main breakfast restaurant, which is I think called Kitchen and something, that we worked out you would spend a minute if you had a sort of a breakfast main, coffee and juice, you'd be looking at a minimum of about $40-50. So do bear that in mind if you're planning on kind of making use of your Hilton benefits. As I said, they did recognise my Diamond status, and I did get on 2 bookings, I got a really good upgrade on both rooms. And in particular, last night they were really busy. Today, which is Sunday, they are dead. So I think I kind of understand why they've not got or why we didn't get a higher level upgrade, just because of how busy and how expensive actually last night actually was. The staff here, they've kept a lot of the staff on from when this was the Hard Rock, and it's funny because it's 2 brands that I really love. I love Hard Rock, I love Virgin, and I completely understand why they've kept a lot of those same colleagues on, because they're great. They're really engaging, they're really fun. We've just had a great time on the casino floor with a girl called Kimberly. She really looked after us. She got on really well with Lee. They were talking about wrestling, and that was really, really fun. But a lot of the colleagues here are really willing to go out of their way to help you. I think the location of this hotel, about a mile away from the Strip, is its big drawback, and I think the staff try and make up for that. I would love to come and spend time here. I could quite happily spend 4 or 5 days just in this hotel. If the pool was open and with the spa and the quality of the spa, I would quite happily spend 4 or 5 days here. I'd love to go and spend a couple of days on the Strip, just because it's the thing that you do in Vegas. But I would definitely come back here. But for most people who want to just go out on the Strip, this isn't the best, because you're going to have to get a taxi or an Uber. It's not even, and Las Vegas is really well served in terms of public transport, in terms of buses. They've got a good bus network here, and this hotel isn't really on any of the main bus networks either. It's unfortunate. Food and beverage. So I've got to be honest, I was really lazy last night. I grabbed a couple of items I grabbed a little bit of chocolate. I needed something sweet, and I grabbed a can of Coke from the mini bar. They aren't necessarily Vegas prices in the mini bar, they're hotel prices. It was like $5 for a can of Coke. It's ridiculous, I know, but that is kind of what I would expect to pay at a hotel. A Vegas hotel, you'd expect to pay kind of like $10. So I think that's relatively reasonable. The range of restaurants is amazing. Again, you could eat somewhere different every night for about 4 or 5, possibly even a little bit more, because there's bits of the hotel that I haven't even explored yet. There's a Thai restaurant. There's the main kitchen restaurant, which I think that was kind of Italian. Then there's a Japanese restaurant. There's an amazing pizza place, which is a franchise called Pizza Forte. We've eaten there like twice now, and I think Lee intends on going there for breakfast in the morning. It is amazing. It is simple. I've tried pizza places in New York, and I thought they were outstanding. I did not think Steve's Pizza on I think it's Church Street, just next to the Millennium Hilton in New York. I thought that was the best pizza I'd ever had in my entire life until I came to this Pizza Forte restaurant. It is stunning. Oh my days, the softness of the dough, the cheese. I have a weird taste in pizza. I love a plain cheese, double cheese pizza with jalapenos, and they got it just perfect. Oh my days. Like, you've got to come here just for the pizza. Like, I was definitely kind of having like Joey, I want 2 pizzas from Friends sort of moment. The casino itself it's a casino. I did have a flutter. I won some, I lost some, I mainly lost some. That's fine, that's what you come to Vegas for. I do have their players card. Although I wish I'd kind of got that a little bit before I lost a bit of money, but hey ho, we live and learn. I will be back. I'm sure I'll be back in the next year. I definitely want to come back to Vegas. The spa I have to make comment about. I've got a whole kind of separate section of this video which I'll do on the spa, but the spa is fantastic. We didn't neither of us had a treatment. I was very tempted. The treatments are pretty pricey, but they look out of this world. The spa area itself is really cool. We just got a day pass for the spa. It was $40. It was so worth spending that the time in there. The baths are really chilled. There's kind of like a big sort of central Roman bath. Then there's a sort of separate jacuzzi and steam room area. That was lovely. And also I should comment on all the kind of funky artwork that exists in all the rooms as well. That's really cool. Then one thing I want to talk about that was a bit of a disappointment is the tech. So they've really made a big thing in this hotel about the tech and Internet of Things, and you can control everything from your phone. It hasn't really worked very well. So one thing that's cool is they have these little what do you call them? Wireless chargers by the bedside that charges the TV remote, and you can charge your phone on it. And that's about it. So you can connect your phone via the app, which I did, and that kind of works quite seamlessly. And I could use my phone to control the TV, and I could use my phone to control as a wireless key, but that didn't ever quite work. Then the TV stopped working, and it gave me an option to choose whether it was the bedroom TV or the living room TV, and it's never given me that option again. I've tried resetting the app, rebooting it, and it is just not working now. You can't control from the TV. You can control the aircon, and then that's about it. You can't control the lights. Oh, sorry, you can turn all the lights off or all the lights on, and that's it. You at the Aria, everything was controllable. Every single individual light was controllable from their tablet. The temperature was controllable, the TV was controllable. And although there was no corresponding app to do it from your phone, everything all linked up really, really nicely. Whereas here, it's just been a bit bitty. Now, I don't know whether or not that's the fact that the hotel still needs to, in effect, kind of get its arse in gear in terms of some of the kind of minor things. And they promote themselves on this tech thing, but it's just not quite where it should be. Last but not least, I just need to make a reference about the bell services. So that's in effect luggage kind of porterage, I guess we'd call it in the UK, or porter service. Again, was a little bit disorganized. Like they don't kind of meet you in reception. You've got to kind of ask for it. They'll do it, but they were like, well, we're only taking it to one room. And then they put us on different floors. So I said, oh, can you please say it to Mr. Potter? His bags to him. He's on a different floor, and he's like, oh, we don't even. And I gave him the room number, and he's like, oh, we don't even have that room in this hotel. I'm like, yeah, you do. He's literally there now. And then he took the bags back to reception, and then a different guy 10 minutes later tried to deliver them back to me, and I said, no, it's got to go to Mr. Potter, and it's in room such and such. So again, it was just a little things that I think they possibly haven't quite worked out yet. So, my final thoughts. We visited this place in the off season. It was really good value, both in terms of Hilton points and the cost that they had for money. The 1st of January was expensive. Obviously, the 1st of January kind of fell on a Saturday, so it kind of meant that people kind of extended their New Year's stays a little bit longer. There's no kind of bank holiday. There's no corresponding kind of like bank holiday in the US on the Monday. So basically everybody's just cleared out of Vegas today, in effect. I will 100% come back to this hotel. I love the core brand between Hilton and Virgin. For me personally, it's just a dream tie-up. I really wish Virgin would do that with the rest of their hotels. It would be an absolute dream for me. My out of all the loyalty schemes that I'm a part of, my diamond status is the one that I get most benefit from. And having the core brand here between the Virgin that I love and I'm really passionate about, and then the Hilton tie-in is just really, really good. You can tell this has kind of come from a Hard Rock. The renovation has been done really, really well. The colleagues are so well engaged. They've definitely got that Virgin ethos. I was chatting to somebody in the Ruby Tower check-in area, and he was so excited to work for Virgin. We were talking about our various collections of Virgin merchandise. Mine is rather large, although not quite as cool as his, since he has a leather jacket owned by Richard Branson, and I'm kind of like, how cool is that? Like, wow. So, yeah, the drawback is the location. It's not on the Strip. If you want a mile walk, awesome. If you don't, you're looking at about $10-11 in a taxi. I don't know how much Uber would charge. I think it's probably about the same, if I'm honest. The general quality and feel of this place is amazing. Highly recommended. If you're coming to Vegas, check this place out, but just be aware of the location. That's it for me. This has been an amazing holiday. This has been a much longer review than I thought. I hope I've got enough footage to do this justice for you guys, and I hope you enjoy watching this one. Sorry it's a bit of a long one, but I think it's worth it. Take care now.